preparing for civil services, I discovered the new telecom policy which was being planned by the government of India. And then I discovered what is Bell Canada, what is AT&T, and I started having more attuned towards the telecom part of it, the technology part. And when, so I started my career with a company called Modi Xerox. So that was very hardcore sales orientation, but traditional sales orientation, which is very B2B and very aggressive account mapping. How do you manage your territory, competition info, market analysis? All this started coming to my way of working. And then telecom came in and I joined Bharti Airtel and my journey started from telecom. So telecom was all about trust and connectivity.
Right.
It was like how fast can you connect and how trusting partner you are.
Correct.
So I remember when we sold first point-to-point 2 mega MB link from Delhi to Mumbai for American Express Bank, it was like huge achievement.
Right.
And it costed about 70-80 lakh rupees at that point in time.
How can a marketing organization, like within any tech brand, be more relevant, be more unique, and still, constantly work on the brand building side of it?
Okay, so I'll start with L&T first. So L&T has multiple businesses, from hydrocarbon to engineering to construction and to data center and cloud division. So while we were one small cog in the wheel for a large entity called L&T, the responsibility of a marketer lies with the overall L&T image, brand awareness, and trust that L&T evokes amongst the countrymen.
Correct.
And so the philosophy has been not to overcome it. The philosophy is not to be splashing around all the media platforms. You won't see much ad of L&T.
Yeah.
It's very subtle, very nuanced,
right,
and plays on trust of people, trust of customers. With this, and my philosophy of being that if you want to promote something, cut down on complexities. And I think simplicity is the biggest complexity because being simple is not easy.
That's true.
The most hard part is to be simple.
Correct.
And that simpleness, I think, strikes chord with the end customer.
Right.
So be human.
Yeah.
Be human-centric in your narrative style. Even with the AI coming in, with machine learning and deep learning and whole lot of automation which is happening around you, you cannot outsource your customer engagement to any third party.
Right.
You need to own it. You need to nurture it. You cannot even outsource to automation. You have to live that relationship every day.
Correct.
You need to treat them as a living entity and play on that emotions that will bring trust on this. So my take is that my endeavor is to how do I simplify and articulate AI into a very demystified concept and talk about more on the use cases. So I'm using event platforms, CII events, ASSOCHAM events, and I'm getting the feedback that, you did try to make it more amenable and more explainable to a normal people who understand AI in a different manner.
Kirtikar, you've also led a lot of complex transformation and hyperscaler deals, right? So how do you kind of really align the internal teams and your partners to really work on the similar objective in dealing with some large deals in your career?
You will say that I'm trying to repeat myself, but the emotional quotient in any engagement, be it an external customer or a third party that is your partner, if that is a partner is in the deal for you, or your own team members. So when you're building up a deal, a digital transformation, it starts from the hardware to the software, to the network devices, to network integration, to the application modernization, how it will sit with each other requires multiple domain expertise within your team.
Yeah.
And how do you make them arrive at a common objective is again the same old thing that you should align your team members to a common objective.
Absolutely.
Be a nation, be a company, be a society. If you're able to align people's view and their passion and their commitment towards a common objective. So if in this case, a common objective is to give the cutting edge technology at a value to the end customer without focusing more on what competitors are doing in. Not that I should not know what they're doing, but in terms of what is the rate that this competitor is offering, what is the technology that they're offering. If you have trust in this and you can create value to the end customer with your techno-commercial model, and if you're able to communicate that again in that human, simple narrative style, I think that is my mantra of being successful.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a surprise element. I have few rapid fire questions that I would like to ask you. And whatever comes first in your mind is what we would like to share. You ready?
I am.
Okay. The best career advice you ever got in 5 words or less?
It is like stay uncomfortable always.
Wow.
If you are stay uncomfortable, you will have the patience or passion to reach to higher glory. Second, I will give you multiple.
Yeah, sure.
Guy told me, my boss, if you want to grow big, spend more.
Nice.
And I said, why? How do I spend more? He says, spend more, then you will learn to earn legitimate money in a different manner. Then you will start focusing more on your job to get more incentive.
Correct.
And third is never stop learning. Is the advice that I would give.
Lovely. I love the first two for sure because that's something that even I believe a lot.
Okay.
Most used app on your phone? Maybe if you can be honest.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp? Okay.
WhatsApp.
One book every marketer should read?
I'll say 2.
Okay.
Play bigger.
Mm-hmm.
It is like moving from campaign-centric, typical marketing, you move to a category creation. Uber, IKEA. They're not selling furniture.
Yeah.
They're selling IKEA furniture.
True.
It's not a transport. It's an Uber transport.
Correct.
So when you start creating categories over a typical product campaign, you're creating a top niche for yourself, for your brand. And so it serves innate need of a customer who doesn't even know that he needs.
Yeah. Right.
So for me, going from point A to point B, I needed a logistic support like a taxi, but then having that on my fingertips on an app called Uber or Ola, that has made me realize that yes, that is what I needed, which I was not aware.
Okay.
So you need to do category creation instead of campaign orientation. And second book is Art of War. You will find it very odd, but as a marketer, I would recommend, please read it. There are a lot of things which is happening on the battleground.
Yeah.
Can be replicated on your corporate life and your marketing thought process as well.
Fantastic. A startup you wish you had invested in?